All right, it's the morning run. It's Big Dog Chico. It's Philip Dukes. It's Uncle Neely. Should I say it's your favorite cousin, Philip Dukes? It's everybody's uncle, Uncle Neely, and it's your first cousin, Big Dog Chico. Y'all stuck with me. This is the morning run. Let's get into it, baby. The latest and greatest in sports right here with the best takes and thoughts and advice and information and everything. As we got Uncle Neely on the panel, we got Philip Dukes on the panel, and of course, Big Dog Chico. I'm your host, along with these two great guys right here. And y'all saw the graphic up there, delusional Dak. We have a lifelong Cowboys fan right here. We gotta get into that. We got more news to talk about. Shout out to the Colorado Buffaloes and the coaching staff changes and everything that's going on. If you haven't been updated, y'all check out Wednesdays with Warren on the Pregame Show Network. Stay up to date. Also, you can check out You Tell Me with Philip Dukes and Uncle Neely. Uncle Chico each and every Sunday night and Thursday night. And also, you're listening in, you're watching right now, the morning run. Uncle Neely, Philip Dukes, let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can
Wherever
get
you
into it.
you want to start, we can start with Dak and
I'm
his
stopping.
comments.
I'm stopping on this. For lack of a better description, bullshiggity graphic you got up on my guy. I see you on the Stephen A. train trying to use his it's delusional.
It's
Let me tell you
delusional.
something.
Blasphemy.
Let me tell you something. Let's attack this from a couple angles. This is QB1 for America's team, Dallas Cowboys. Happens to be in the NFC East. Happens to be rivals of the Philadelphia Eagles. What you want him to say? When y'all caught him on the sideline saying we suck when the team was performing bad, you attacked him. Now he says this quote, you're saying he's delusional. Let me tell y'all why he's not delusional. Look at, since Dak Prescott has been quarterback of the Cowboys, and you can including since the Philadelphia Eagles have had Jalen Hurts. Look at the record. Yes, they have the trophy. They just won the Super Bowl. But if they are the standard for what you have to do, what you have to be to win a Super Bowl, this Cowboy team has beaten that Eagles team. And not just once or twice, and not just on some fluke at the end of the game. The problem for the Cowboys is not that, and you with your graphics saying he's delusional. The problem with the Cowboys is Jerry Jones. Now, from one owner to an owner, I don't own nothing worth $1 billion. I own a couple of things worth a couple hundred. You ain't gonna tell me what to do with them either, so I ain't mad at you. Like I'm telling you, I'm sitting here looking at $1,000 camera, and you ain't finna tell me what to do with it. I know if I had $1 billion team, you ain't finna tell me what to do with it. So I'm not mad at Jerry Jones. I get it. I understand capitalism, but when you watch football and you watch. I'm going back, let's go 3-4 years since the Eagles have made some Super Bowl runs. Cowboys been there with them. I'm not looking at it directly, but one of them times Cowboys probably won the division. So for somebody to take what he's saying as delusional and not factor in, well, you're looking at this season compared to their season. Hell, Dak didn't even play, he was hurt. But when you have a healthy Dallas Cowboys team against a healthy Philadelphia Eagles team, you look at since Dak Prescott has been in the league and see who's got the best of the record. So who's delusional now, Stephen A?
He's scared. Now that for the record, that is delusional Dak with a question mark on there.
So I'll give you that. I will give you points for punctuation.
He's scared. Appreciate that right there, player. But just for everybody out there wondering what Uncle Neely is talking about, I'll say this right here. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott has faced the Eagles 13 times in his career. And guess what the record is out there, people? What do you think the record is, Uncle Neely? A winning record or not?
Oh, yeah, it's a winning record.
9-4.
Yeah, it's a winning record. Hell, I've been there at least half of them. Well, I mean, I ain't telling y'all what I heard. Like, I've seen it. And again, were the Cowboys anywhere near winning a Super Bowl this year? Hell's no. But if the Philadelphia Eagles are the gold standard now because they just won the Super Bowl, and you have faced that team before, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the Commanders. I don't care who on their schedule. If you beat them this past year or in the past 3 years since they've been to Super Bowls, how can you not believe about yourself that you're right there too?
Well, probably the pushback is because what did Dak start 8 games this season, and they were 4-4 before he got hurt.
Yeah.
So maybe they're saying that, no, you're not close, dog. Maybe in the past season where you were 12-5, but this year you're talking about presently and the way they're constructed now. I don't think you guys are close to the Eagles. 12-5, 12-5, 12-5 record the last 3 seasons. So maybe he's talking about that overall and with his winning record, but this season I don't think they were close to what the Eagles on the field.
What I chalked it up to, and maybe I'm trying, I can't wait to hear Dukes on this. Maybe I'm hearing it different as a fan or hearing it different as literally a friend of his. But I looked at it as the totality, not just this year, but since Jalen Hurts has been there since they made Super Bowl runs. Keep in mind, they're starting. They've been to the Super Bowl what 2 times in 4 years now?
Mm-hmm.
2 times in 3?
Three, right?
2 times in 3 years. And when you look at the Cowboys' record against them the past 3 years, why would you not, including this year, why would you not believe that you can do it too? Because you've beaten, what do we always say, Deuce? In order to beat the man, you got to beat the man.
Yeah.
The Cowboys done beat them 2 times as many times as they done beat the Cowboys. So you would have to feel that way if you're the quarterback.
They've faced each other 8 times in the last couple of seasons. Go ahead, Dukes.
All right, so I'll say this. Dak Prescott is wrong and right. He's right because when you look at everybody last year was writing the Eagles off, and nobody thought if somebody last year would have said, hey, the Eagles are the favorite after the way they ended last year, nobody would have had them pegged to win the Super Bowl this year, right? There were people that were saying that Sirianni was over his head. How many times have we seen the clip of people saying Jalen Hurts wasn't the guy in the past year? The Eagles were in turmoil last year. I mean, they were calling for, like, people thought that the Vic Fangio hire wasn't going to work because it didn't work in Miami. What's going to be different here? People were saying that the Philly Dogs, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, all of these guys, they weren't that. They spent too much time recruiting at the University of Georgia. So you heard the whole gamut about why the Eagles weren't that, and all they did was come back and prove it. So I'm with Dak there because all the Cowboys really need to keep it a buck to be back at that top level is a serviceable running back, another rotational offensive lineman, maybe one more impact defensive player, and these are things that you can draft, and health. Because one of the stats that you hear on ESPN getting thrown around this year, today, they're throwing it up and down ESPN is, how can he say that when they were 56 and 7, the total score was like 63-17 or something crazy, whatever the total score of those games was. Yeah, Dak Prescott ain't playing neither one of them. So
exactly.
So let me tell you, so that's where he was right. Let me tell you where he was wrong. That's locker room talk. You go tell that to Michael Parsons. You go tell that to the guys that you feel like you need to come back, who are there when you went 12-5 or 12 and whatever. Those are the guys you need to be telling that to, because all you did was open yourself up for scrutiny, because this year is the wrong year. Like, now, hey, it's one of them things where you shut up and work. Like, okay, cool. In my opinion, now you got some guys who like to put that spotlight on you, who like to put that target on your back so they can go and make their own bulletin board material. The Cowboys don't need no damn bulletin board material. Everybody hate them anyway. So it don't matter. Like, he could have just been like, oh, man, hey, man, good luck to them, man. We'll be back. Boom. But now he's basically the face of sports media today because, one, it ain't nothing else to talk about. And two, the Cowboys are evergreen material. As long as something going on with the Cowboys, people are going to talk about it. So I think that he could have picked his audience a little bit better. But if I'm on that team and he says that, I'm like, oh, you know what, you're right. Because when people think about how many times you played a team, right? and you might have lost by 2 touchdowns. And everybody else like, man, you got drilled. But really, in the fourth quarter, you knew that, man, if such and such picks up this block, then that the play was wide open. We scored that touchdown. Or, hey, if this man doesn't get beat on this play, then we save another touchdown. There are things that people know when they go to battle that the outside world doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you got to keep that motivation with those same people who know what it really took in battle. And that's why I'll leave that.
Hey, excuse me. I'll say, like you said, Dak Prescott didn't play in those last 2 games, 2 matchups that they've had with the Eagles. And the Eagles dominated both matchups. I put it down at the bottom just a minute ago. The score you was talking about was 75-13. They've been outscored on. The November game this past year, Eagles won 34-6. The December game, Eagles won 41-7. But like you said, Dak was out of those games. Who was the starter? Cooper Rush?
Cooper
Yeah,
Rush.
and I ain't cap you down. I think Michael Parsons might have been out that last game too.
He was,
Not both of them.
He was indeed. Dukes, if you don't mind, let me give you I don't want to call it a rebuttal or clarification of a statement I made because you made it a little more succinctly than I did, my brother. When I said Jerry Jones was the problem, let me tell you why I say Jerry Jones was the problem. Dak Prescott or anybody else you name on the team doesn't have the authority to get a running back during the free agency period. That's the president, general manager, and owner. All 3 of those positions are occupied by Jerry Jones. When you talked about shoring up potentially offensive linemen, that doesn't fall under the auspices of QB1. That falls under the player personnel, general manager, owner, president. That's Jerry Jones. So that's why I was dropping these things at his feet. But from a player perspective, and I feel you on that, you know, Dak was in a moment where he could have answered the question differently or said something else. But we also know that's not his style either. Like you ask him something, you're going to get an answer. Whether he was with Cowboys or in Stark Vegas with Mississippi State, because when he was there, that was the first year we went, you know, to having a number 1 team after a certain point in the season, and Mississippi State was the first one to do that under him. So he's always been that dude in his mind, on the field, in the community, you name it. So you ask him something, you're going to get an answer. But having said that, I'm just going to go back to where I started, guys. I understand where somebody will look at how this Cowboys season ended and how the Philadelphia Eagles season ended and the gap, the gulf between those two in the immediate sense will make you say, oh, Dak, you crazy. What you smoking? You on that good. But when you look at since the Eagles have had Jalen Hurts, coaching staff change, made these Super Bowl runs, and I'm even go the year before they went, where they were, you know, on the upswing. Cowboys has either been right there with them or ahead of them. And so what I'm also saying, and y'all hear me out, no matter what teams you're a fan of, y'all go back and look at the record. If your team has beat the Eagles in the past 4 years more than they have beat you, you should believe you're right there too.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you why. Because one of the Eagles lost it this year. This year was to these guys right here.
I want you to hear what I said again now.
I heard what you said.
In the past 4 years, if you have beat them more than they've beat you, I didn't say this 1-1 matchup. I'm talking about people that play them regularly, like you in the division.
Right.
Like, so what I'm saying is, did the Commanders beat them this year? I think they did.
They're right there.
The Commanders should be like, shit, we right here.
Right.
And the same thing on the other side. Like Buffalo, Lamar Jackson and them. Why would they think they can't win a Super Bowl?
Right.
Because the person that got to the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs, hell, they played them better than like one-score game.
Yeah. You're right.
So what looks delusional or sound delusional, and I'm with you, Deuce, because you attribute this locker room talk. Dog, you have to think that way.
Yeah, you're right.
And so that's why I don't say it's delusional.
I mean, like, you got to. And the reason I was so adamant about that, because like the Falcons 1-1 like the last 4 years with the Eagles, right? Cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying, well, you know, the Falcons played the Chiefs real tight this year. We should have won that game. And we beat the Eagles. And I'm like, bro, no, don't do that. And as much of a Falcons fan as I am, I'm like, bro.
The
Whoa.
consistency isn't there yet.
Come on, bro. Like, you got to look. So let's think about this. What if, and I'm glad you put that on Jerry Jones, how much different do the Cowboys look with Saquon Barkley in the backfield this year?
Dog. The running back that Lamar picked up was available.
Derrick
He
Henry.
live in Dallas.
That man, Jerry Jones, when they he damn near they asked him about Henry, he was like, "Nah, we good."
Yes.
Basically.
Imagine the Cowboys this year, and if was a fifth, we'll all be wasted.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if they had Derrick Henry, the Cowboys, and I hate to say this, because my cousin Chip is such an adamant Cowboys fan. He's from Franklin, Tennessee. I don't even think he ever been to Dallas. Like, so for him to talk trash about my Falcons and all, he don't know nothing about it. It makes me upset. But what I will say is this: I gotta call a spade a spade. And yeah, man, like they pick up that running back. The Cowboys they got a joker on both sides of the ball, right? And what I mean by a joker is somebody who can change the game. They got a CD Lamb and they got a Michael Parsons.
Yes,
they got guys.
I get your spades analogy.
Yep. There we go. Boom. And look, I wasn't even trying. That was seamless. That was no pun intended.
He ain't lying.
Let me close this door. Hold on.
And dude, let me tell you this as you close your studio door there. And I ain't saying this as you my guy. I ain't saying this as you a Falcons fan. I'm saying this as reality. Y'all drafted last year one of the most prolific college quarterbacks to come out in a while, Michael Penix, right?
Right.
We all know this is a quarterback-driven league. Let me put y'all all on notice right now that if things go just a little bit according to plans, in 2028, when the city of Atlanta is hosting the Super Bowl, Penix could have them in it.
Damn sure could.
Yeah. I'm hope, man, listen.
Because y'all are not that damn far off now, and he ain't even started yet.
Yeah.
Right.
He ain't got going yet. He ain't built rhythm and chemistry yet. If he has a successful next 2 years, by the time you get to the third year, which is when Atlanta is hosting the Super Bowl, Falcons in the mix. Now, am I delusional? No, that's football.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, 28 verse 26 sound a lot more realistic. And 28 because after that Kirk Cousins contract come off the book. See, right now, last year, man, I damn near went viral. I got mad as hell when they drafted Penix. Because I'm like, why the hell would you go draft this quarterback after you gave this man $100 million? Why not just draft the quarterback and then go get the DN, go get the D lineman? Like they just did that was the most they falconed that up. And then now
they
falcon that up. Easy. That's a bar.
Up, man.
Hey, I feel you on that because I often use the term they jerried it up.
Yeah, man, they falconed that up. We call it the Falcon.
They Chico'd it up too sometimes.
Oh damn! If you Chico'd it up, there, okay, man. All right,
Chico'd it up. You don't Chico'd it up, boy.
You done Rico'd it up. Easy.
Chico, but yeah, man, like,
come on now, dog.
I think we're a little. I think right now so many holes on that defense were exposed towards the end of the season. You didn't have anybody who can get to the quarterback and make a significant impact. Either like Grady Jarrett's a little long in the tooth. He need help. And I hate it for him. And I hope they get him some help because he gave his best years to a franchise that it almost feel like they ain't care about him. Like, he goes in his rookie year, 3 sacks in the Super Bowl, and he never got to get to that next echelon of player because of the supporting cast. He but Chico, let me get out the Falcons. I only feel like talking.
I was just going to say, put our teeth up on the screen because we started this conversation with Dak delusional question mark. And what I wanted to put on the table was another delusional statement that ain't delusional if you really look at what's being said. Articulating why Dak's comment ain't delusional. I tried to come up with something else delusional, like the Falcons being in the Super Bowl. And when you think about it and the trajectory of it, the timeline matches.
Timeline does match. Talking about year 4, that's that restructuring season. He gonna go crazy. As long as he healthy, he gonna go I think he gonna go crazy on the league this year, to be honest. going in knowing that this is his team. I just think they don't got enough on defense to help him. But after that Kirk Cousins contract come off, I think you could do it, because when I watched him go head to head with Jaden Daniels this year, the Falcons really should have won that game. That was one, like, a Kyle Pitts drop away. I don't know if y'all remember Kyle Pitts dropped it, like Penix's first interception was he put it right in the bread basket, like Lamar Jackson did Mark Andrews in the playoff game. He dropped it. So I like Michael Penix, the do-rag dude. That's what they call him. They ain't nobody ever seen him without a do-rag in Atlanta yet. And
he need to get a deal with Deion Sanders do-rags, don't he?
Shoot. Man, might need to put it together.
That's a marketing situation right there. Deion Sanders do-rags in Atlanta.
Chico, so let me tell you this. I know we got to flip the script on the subject, but a lot of times the way questions are framed, the response becomes delusional until you have a excellent producer and guide rails like Chico, who shepherds the conversation where people get to explain why this ain't crazy or far-fetched. And we did it with Dak's statement. We did with the future of Penix. And I will tell you this, guys. When you look at the future of the NFC, to the Falcons host the Super Bowl, next 3-4 seasons. When you look at what the Eagles have done with their past 3 seasons, you look at the trajectory of the Commanders. If you look at the Cowboys adding a piece, Giants ain't nowhere near catching up. Any one of those 3 teams can be in the NFC Championship for the next 3 years, and then Atlanta is the heir apparent.
Man, you better speak that, Uncle Neely. I'm with that. We're gonna clip this up.
You cracking your head. Who else? Who else in the NFC? Look, I'm gonna tell you this about Detroit. Detroit finna go this way.
Oh, you think so?
What? Just like I know we're gonna get the basketball. Just like I told you about that AD Luka trade. Detroit did not maximize when they had lightning in the bottle, and as people start to fall off that roster from retirement, other coaches getting picked off to go to other organizations, it's not going to be the same team anymore.
I can see that. I don't think they're in a Cinderella situation or a one and done type situation. I think they have a good coaching staff around them. The coach that they elevated in Aaron Glenn spot after he went on and took the Jets job, he's a great coach coming from the linebacker position. I don't know why his name is eluding me right now, but I think the Lions are set up, with a young team. Only issue is I think their quarterback, can Goff, continue to improve.
Golf my age.
I mean, other than Goff, that's what I'm saying. But I think everybody else is a young team. They got some pass rushers out there. They got some good offensive linemen. Got good receivers.
That DC talking about Kevin Shepard.
Kevin Shepard, former linebacker, LSU. ATL shouted.
ATL.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Watch this. Just watch.
Just watch. Okay.
Just watch.
Well, we shall see then.
Midway this fall, you be like, damn, you sure called it. Detroit ain't worth a damn.
Well, what do you call for the Cowboys next season as we get up off of them? What do you think their record outlook going to be next season?
Second place of the NFC. So we're gonna be behind number 1 and ahead of number 3, and 1 and 3 is either gonna be Commanders or Eagles. Because hear me well. Record wise and production wise, I'm not saying the Eagles cannot repeat. So don't put words in my mouth. I'm talking about numbers, record wise, production wise, stat wise. Watch the Eagles be less next year than they were this year.
They got the Eagles. You bet on the Eagles to be less, and they have a young team, 14-3 last season. Commanders 12-5, Cowboys 7-10, that third slot in the NFC East. They're going to have a ways to go to get past the Eagles and the Commanders.
Y'all don't listen to Neely, but y'all might listen to Sap. Look at the difference historically when teams win the Super Bowl and what they do their next year. Because see, now everybody a celebrity. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody doing interviews. Ain't nobody doing what the hell they were doing the previous year before they won it. Everybody busy now.
Does that not apply to the Chiefs? That doesn't apply to the Chiefs?
The impact.
They've been there 3 years.
And the numbers went down each year. See, Chico, you don't be listening to me. I didn't say that.
Be listening. I'm
I
asking
didn't
the
say
question.
the Eagles weren't going back. I didn't say that they weren't going to be dominant. I said
they're going to go down.
It should be less.
Okay.
The Chiefs went from blowing everybody the hell out to winning 14 games by one score less.
Does that
get blown out of the Super Bowl?
Is that any credit to all of the football games that are now on film now for the other coaches to see how to beat them?
It's a credit to everybody catching up, and it's a discredit to their erosion. It's both things.
Yeah, I think that's going to naturally happen. If you're playing 17
why the hell did you
plus
argue
games,
with me when I said it? You just
asked
said
the question.
I don't know about that.
I don't. So y'all, I'm just going to sit here and agree with everything. No, I'm going to ask a question.
Stand up for yourself, Chico.
Damn right. I'm here, cuz.
Man, look, Chico, let me tell you what I do if I was in Hawaii right now. I could throw shit up too. Let me tell you what I would do. I would get the clippers out. I would get the clippers out and put these nuts on your shoulder and give you
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
That's the only way that's the only way to calm you down.
Dukes, I'm dishing it to you, Dukes. Wherever you want to go to on this one, I'm dishing it to you. As a matter of fact, hold down, time out, because this is what I wanted to do first. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to use this opportunity with Uncle Neely's talking that Trish Nash to run these likes up, share this, let everybody know that we are live right now on the morning run. We need to get these likes up, we get these shares up. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the notification bell, or shared it on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, please do so.
Chico, you turn the monetization on?
Hey, Duke's my guy, man. Duke's is my guy.
That's a real.
Duke's is like, hold up. Hey, all this bullshit is nice.
Man, I forgot. Hey,
I ain't gonna lie. I turned it on like 3 minutes into the show. I was like, damn, I didn't even have mine on, dog. So I got it on. I got it on, both of us.
Hey, that's why we family.
Duke's my guy.
He said, hold up, time out. Is the money right?
Hey, church done let out. Everybody in their cars. We in the back office talking about how good the sermon was. The dude said, yeah, but what the tithes do?
We sent out 2 collection plates. How did that work out tonight?
Yeah. He's like, I ain't talking about no choir, no sermon.
Man, y'all, oh wow. Real quick, give us a recap real quick of the Wednesday with Warren before we go on to any Colorado Buffaloes news, which we'll segue right into it because you guys covered some. Kind of give us a recap of Wednesdays with Warren.
Yeah, man, it's a great conversation. Updating on what took place at the Super Bowl from his perspective. Not only the atmosphere down there, because as he said during the show, no disrespect to Atlanta, which is a coming up host. But it's just hard to be the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Everything is so compact and right there downtown and so walkable. And then it's just a party city, in and of itself from a crowd perspective, being able to handle it. Great food, great times. And then like I pointed out with him, man, a lot of folks, kind of lost track of Warren Sapp after his playing career and not really appreciating how much an ambassador of the game he is for the NFLPA, for the Hall of Fame. And he said, man, probably since he retired, he's probably missed maybe 1 or 2 Super Bowls as far as attending them. Then we talk about the nuances of the game and what he called, what he said, just like we were saying, Deuce, had to happen. The only way Philadelphia win is they had to have dominant defensive line play, to which they did. And he really didn't give the Chiefs too much credit on stopping Saquon as much as he thought Saquon was trying to do too much and like cutting too much instead of just going, straight on. Then of course we got into his man D. Lou going back to Miami. Good friend of Coach Sapp. They were both drafted high, first round, I think 14 picks overall, 14th or 12th from the same school. And so he just wished him well. And we talked about the nuances of what I used to call LSD that would get you high. That was Lewis, Sapp, and Dancy. Now Lewis and Dancy are gone, and Sapp is still there. Hilo has moved up. and spoke with Coach Prime, and there's a name floating around. I think everybody is going to be excited about when it happens and when it happens. So I think this D-line room is in good hands because there's some things that Sapp can't wait to do. And as he said in Wednesdays with Warren, which y'all go check out, hey man, I'm just that thing on top. I'm the icing. I just make things better. He said, so it's gonna be somebody else in the room with me, and they gonna be the main core of the dish, but I'm gonna make it better by pouring that sap on top.
And I think they're going to work well together too. If that name holds up, that's going to be possibly coming in. I think they'll work well together. It won't just be anyone and Sapp working next to anybody. It's going to be a name that he's respected. He knows that has done his thing also. Yes, sir.
Let me see this, Chico, because I don't want y'all talking around it. I look to my left, I look to my right, and I say two brothers, and I see two brothers that know who that name is. So, like, when y'all hear them talk, when y'all hear Dukes talk or Chico talks, they know who Coach Prime is looking at and working to bring in. So, trust us. The room will be in good hands. And Sapp is really enjoying coaching, man. He ain't going nowhere.
Sound like the audience doesn't need to go anywhere else if they want to get the best and the latest and the most informative, in-depth news of the Colorado Buffaloes and Coach Prime, Uncle Neely.
That's why I try to tell them when I just said that, like, you can rock with us when we're all three of us together for sure. And we love that, but make sure you rock with Dukes the Scoop and make sure you rock with biggDogg Chico because they in the loop, they in the know. You got a lot of people out there who will be claiming interviews and claiming hashtags and say that they was in the mix for something. And the two guys I'm looking at are just sit back and like, oh, okay, all right. you can be first and be wrong. You can be second and right.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, I'll say this. What I learned from anything, man, is being able to be trusted with information goes so much further than just running out to be first.
You ain't lying.
And it is really how I made my name in recruiting in the first place to be the first Black national analyst at On3. That's a little Black History Month for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chico, you got a button that makes that sound. You don't have.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out. One more time. Hold up. Time out, Uncle Neely. I'm sorry. Because obviously you guys haven't been reacting. So let me say this. It must not be working.
Sound like I need to get the clippers out on the soundboard there.
Man.
No.
Man, that's crazy.
See that I heard the booster earlier, so I assumed it was working.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So the applause not working.
No, the applause. I ain't heard no applause.
I heard it.
Because Dukes, I didn't realize you were the first brother that On3 had hired. That's excellent Black history, man.
No, so like as far as in the national capacity, nobody really believed it. They were like, hey, everybody thought I was just going back to Auburn. And then nobody realized, even some of the people that I was supposed to be working with didn't believe that I was gonna be elevated that high. So even to a position where Coach Prime could see some of my work, and I took my chance when they gave me the microphone. I said, all right, now y'all I can do what I want to do. Yeah,
y'all giving a real one a mic now.
Hey, buddy.
You was like freaking Nelson and Boomerang. I got autonomy.
Oh yeah.
Man, just do the commercial, Nelson. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You just see his mind just working.
All right. It was funny too, because like the first time they put me on the spot, right? I was on Andy Staples' show. Andy Staples then was talking about Coach Prime and how many games they can win. And I was like, keep it a buck. The first time I was like, man, I can see them getting 7. Right? And they was like, how are they gonna get 7, Dukes? And so I was like, they're gonna get 7, man, at least 7. And they took me to task over it. And then I started looking at the comments and I started to see stuff, and I was like, bro, some of these folks don't even they really not looking at the roster. They just hating. Yeah. And then I really the next day I ain't tell nobody. I said, look, y'all. And if you go back and look at it, I said, y'all, I ain't tell nobody this. I ain't tell nobody I was doing this. So I'm letting y'all know this was not sanctioned. It's like the Montreal screw job and WWE. WWE, you feel me? Like, but I got to tell the truth today. And I went on and I started telling the truth, man. And that might have been well, I ain't gonna say the beginning of the end, but folks was like, "Hey man, I gotta watch him for." Dukes, did you send in your stuff for to make sure that it get edited? Like, but edited meant did we check stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah. But long story, long way of saying that. Even going into that role, I just feel like it's important for us to make sure and to be in this atmosphere where we can keep it as real as we are. I appreciate it, man. So shout out to the Clippers, man, because hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I got that Clippers reference as well. Let me point this out, to the chat, folks watching live. First and foremost,
I feel like pops on Friday.
Make sure you click that thumbs up button and make sure you hit that bell's notification. One thing that's going to be different about this hire, the hire being who's going to come in post D-Lou, is this hire is also going to have Rob Livingston's fingerprints on it. Mind that he inherited a defensive staff. A lot of times when staffs are building, the head coach will hire coordinators and coordinators build their room. Rob Livingston inherited a room, much like, Pat Shermer did as well, and said, no, man, these are prime guys. They're my guys too. And so instead of trying to bring in this or do that differently, he worked with what he had. They had great chemistry. You saw how much improved that defense was. Well, now that he's been there a year and turned down offers to leave, you better believe that when Coach Prime makes this decision, it's a Rob Livingston participatory decision as well, because there's room. So why do I say all that? I say that to say, when you look at the people that are in Deion Sanders' phone, that are in Warren Sapp's phone, that are in Rob Livingston's phone, the last damn thing I'm worried about is who's going to be the D-line coach. Because between them three people, if y'all don't think they don't know somebody and get it narrowed down to the person that fits best, whether you recognize their name or not, whether you know their coaching tree or not, they know what they need internally because they know the players, they know the culture of the building, they know who fits. So that's why I'm saying this hire, statistically speaking, will have way more chance of being right than just a blind hire, because Prime, Livingston, and Sapp all talking.
No, you're right.
So they're gonna find that connection somewhere. I know, like Coach Prime said, you better bet, dog. I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
And I tell you this, Chico, dude, I ain't finna drop no name on him. Because that ain't how me and Prime roll. That ain't how y'all and Prime roll. I would just play tic-tac-toe. Look at some connected dots between the three of them.
I think it's going to be too hard for some people to find out. Some maybe some football purists can find out, but we'll see. It doesn't matter until it happens and it's official. I think that this hire will bring in, how can I say it? We'll bring in a plethora of D linemen that maybe wasn't even considering Colorado previously.
I agree with that. And I also think it changes some geography in recruiting too.
There you go. Uncle Neely once again with the great wordplay for your boy. As he said, I don't read on a third grade level, so that's what he's here for, people. Dude, what you think?
I never said grade. I said you don't read at or above grade level. Whatever grade level that is up to you.
You said third, did you?
I never said third. I said I just need you to read.
Put the shovel down. Why did I pick the shovel up right there, Dukes? Go ahead, Dukes.
Boom.
That's why I like RT.
Man.
He said, Florida NFL Cowboys Gold Jackets. That's what they all got.
Hold on, let me see. What did he say, RT?
Man,
I missed that one.
And shout out to Mama Tia, man. She finna have a procedure, man. We praying for you, Mama Tia, for sure.
Mama Tia, what type of procedure are you having? But she just hit us with the Hundun. I hate these red backgrounds. This is hard for me to read, but I will attempt this on my grade
No,
level
I got
of reading.
Chico.
Can you see it, Duke?
I got you.
I can't see these red backgrounds. Uncle Chico and D Scoops, Mama Tia is about to Holy Ghost chokehold somebody here at this Benz dealership. We're at the Benz dealership. Highway robbery. I will forever sow seeds with these phenomenal channel. You never know where your seed harvest.
Amen.
Amen. And great job, Chico, on the read. And thank you, Mama Tia. But Chico, in the future, as 33% of this operation, please let Dukes or I do the reader. You just stick to hitting the
I would love for you guys to do the reading.
Trying to put our best foot forward
until I get my screen projected on my big screen and I can read it without squinting. Yes, you guys can do all the read.
I'm just saying you ain't the best reader of the three of us. So.
Hey, Duke. Hey, Unc said something the other night, Dukes. He was reading, and had it been me, he misread a word, right? I knew he knew the word, but he just misread it a little bit, right? Well, not a little bit, a lot of it. I didn't jump down Unc throat and say, "Hey, Unc, you missed that word. You said it wrong." I let it go. I let it slide because we all know.
Hey, Chico, why you use that voice? Oh, he try to get on you on the low.
No, I'm believe me, I'm gonna hit back. I'm gonna keep punching.
That motherfucker hit back, boy. That motherfucker hit back, and he hit back with a heavy hand sometimes too. He like that cousin that got that's stronger than what he know, and he done knocked everybody out trying to play with everybody. Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, we call it cock strong in Mississippi.
Cock strong, country strong. That's what it is. Country strong. Bells of hay throwing.
You know Chico can't read.
Chico can't read. Y'all know hey, Chico dyslexic.
Chico.
I'm gonna help Chico out, y'all. This is for real. This is
serious. That's fine.
This ain't no joke. Chico, he can read. He can't see, and so he be trying to.
It is a difference. It's a difference.
Yeah, it really is a difference. So now, but you got the big monitor up, and he's still messing up. That's when we gonna know he can't read.
But if you guys want to go with the narrative of Chico can't read, and y'all want to put that in the chat, be my guest.
Don't claim that. Chico, stop. What? Every time I gotta come in here, I fight every time. Every day we come in here, I fight for you, Chico.
I
swear.
Go
and say Chico can't read. We're not leaning into that.
Boy, Duke's that cousin that Chico go to the game with. And I done got into it with a couple of folks. Dude's coming. No, chill out. Hey man, I'm taking them home. Don't y'all worry about it. I'm taking them home.
That's all they need, J-Rat. They need some readers. Like that's or
so the reader glasses.
Let one of us read. Like just
I have no problem with you guys. Y'all can read it also. And then between me and you, Unc.
Read you like, no, I got it.
Hey, Unc, between me and you, we're not gonna say it online, but you know what I'm wearing. At the same time,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I got you.
Yeah, we ain't gonna.
we don't get sued like Drake and Kendrick. So.
Don't tell me.
Oh man, but we appreciate you, Mama Tia. That got overshadowed by the $100 super chat
on your health issues. We appreciate you sowing them seeds in us, and believe you me, it makes a tremendous difference in what we're able to bring to y'all. And I would say this to the rest of the chat. It's just like sowing seeds or giving anywhere else. Everybody can't give the same amount, but everybody can give something. So don't let Mama T and them hundreds keep you from giving 5.
Exactly. Although we like to get the money that jingles, we love to get the type that folds.
this jackleg preacher right here. Boy, I'm glad you ain't charging no church.
Man,
that's McDowell's, man.
Wait. You should have hit the organ behind that one, Chico.
I know.
We have another one though from Debbie Garcia, who's always supporting the channel. See, she didn't give 100; she gave $9.99, which is greatly appreciated. Appreciated on this. Now I definitely can't see this one right here, Unc. If y'all want to read that,
Debbie Garcia with the $9.99 super chat. Much love, Debbie. We appreciate this super chat and appreciate your engagement. You're always in the chat and dropping knowledge. Debbie Garcia says these channels, meaning the 3 channels here, are the ones I listen to for inside details regarding the bus. Hey, you can't go to a better source. Debbie, we appreciate that acknowledgement. Like when you hear it here, you hear the truth.
Yeah,
100%. And yes, we are live on all 3 channels right now. Mama Tia was asking, was this live? Yes, this is not a replay. This is live, the morning run right here on the pregame show channel, Big Dog Chico's channel, and Uncle
understand about the morning run. Y'all got to understand this about the morning run. Between our 3 channels and between views all over the world, we always stress it's morning somewhere.
It's morning somewhere. Like y'all, like people who like to drink, they're making an excuse. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it's morning somewhere also.
Hey.
Keisha loves. I'm going to give something when I get my income tax. What'd you say, Unc?
I said Keisha Love just gave the blackest comment I've ever heard.
That's what all the aunties say too.
As soon as I get my money right.
Hey, you know what was number 2?
What's that?
We're gonna get it when it go on sale.
We're gonna get it when it go on sale.
Yeah, we're gonna get it, baby. I remember right before Christmas, every year Christmas, my Christmas, my mom be like, we ain't getting no clothes. They gonna be on sale right after Christmas. I bet. Go back to school.
Mama was smart.
Yeah. Well, I ain't never get none of that. Shout out to mama, she know. But that was a tool to use because now as I was able to use that on my nieces and nephews. So that was just a little game.
Carrot on the stick, baby. Keep the horse walking forward.
Man, what you talking about?
Here's our carrot on the stick right here. All right, before the end of the show, we
third window.
We definitely will. Maybe we'll have a Chico or a Dukes or Uncle Neely story at the end of this thing. But before that, let's get to. We just covered Colorado coaching news. Let's talk about this Laker Mavs trade once again. Now, AD has gone down in the first game, and he's going to be out for a couple weeks to 4 weeks or whatever. But now their other center, Daniel Gafford, is down and likely was down as the trade was made to bring in AD. So now, look at Unc with the I told you. Unc was the one who coined and called him Glass Man or Mr. Glass.
Told you, dog.
And now the guy's out. So what is the current state of this trade right here, and how you think it will continue to play out?
Dukes.
Unc was right. I said, hey, look, when we said it before in pre-show, I was like, we got to talk about this. Unc said, man, you know, he said, Dukes, I might hit you. I said, man, Unc, you right. You deserve that because you called it. That's why I wasn't even tripping when you was talking about the Falcons. I said, man, look, I'm with you regardless, but I'm definitely with you when you're right. Uncle Neely was right. He called that. And I would have been willing to put money on that. I ain't gonna flip-flop like and be like, nah, I ain't say that. Yeah. Now I said
you mean you ain't gonna flip-flop like Chico?
Oh,
you almost said it. Go ahead. Let it come out. Let it use
flip-flopping
it. Let the Lord use you. You almost said it.
Here we go again.
No, man, that wasn't me, man. That wasn't
Here we go again.
Man, but no, really, man, that was a great call, and you got this saying, and I don't know, and I said, matter of fact, last night on the show I dropped last night about D-Lou leaving, I literally went in there and I talked about it, and I said, saying that stays with me is the best indicator of future performance is what?
Past performance.
And more I see that, and for me to be a sports guy and I do all this different stuff in sports, I'm like, damn, sometimes you can just keep it simple. Look at what's happened in the past, and you can see what's going to happen in the future. And I think that's something that if I was a gambling man that gambled a little more than I do now, I would have been kicking myself if I would have took the odds on what happens in the playoffs, because right now, look, the Lakers won that trade now and later. So shout out to Rob Pelinka, man. And interesting fact for those that don't remember, man, Rob Pelinka was a 2-guard at Michigan when the Fab Five got there. I think he may have been a junior when they got there.
Absolutely.
And once they got there, he was like, oh, damn, I'm not going to be playing too much. I'm going to sit back and watch this show.
And look, and built them relationships and figured it out.
Exactly. He was smart about it.
Yeah.
He said, if I'm not going to play, then I'm going to find a way to help these guys. It's kind of like what nothing.
No. It's kind of like what now?
Nothing. I was just going to say that it was kind of like nothing to do with me at Jackson. Nothing, man. Nothing. Go ahead, Dukes.
What happened? Yeah. It was kind of like
nothing. Go ahead, Dukes.
Go. What you passing me?
Continue what you were saying. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I wasn't even talking. I wasn't even
story
talking.
time, Chico. Go right ahead.
I was going to say it's kind of like you was talking about Rob Pelinka and the talent that came into Michigan while he was there. It was kind of like what I was saying about when Shador was at Jackson State and some of those offensive linemen that were hanging around him and stuff. I said, hey, some of y'all should be building a relationship with too, because hell, you could be a future bodyguard when you go to the league. You feel me? You might not make it to the league, but you can do something for a guy like Shador Sanders or Travis Hunter if you build that relationship around them, because you know where they're going. Is what I'm trying to say. That's all.
That wasn't bad, Chico. You scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, no, that's another letdown moment. I was expecting the typical Chico story, but that was actually
Chico, you starting to figure this thing out, man. Okay,
that was pretty good right there, right?
I
Yeah,
really
boy,
did. But look,
Yeah.
let me tell you this, Chico, before I get back on the I told you so. You're exactly right on the relationship stuff and just being persistent. Here's what folks don't know about Roger Goodell, who done made about $700 million being commissioner. He started off as an intern in the NFL. How did he get the internship? That man wrote over 100 letters asking for one. And finally, one day, somebody opened another one of them letters, said, let me call this kid. Called him up and said, hey, been getting you letters. Would love to meet with you, man, enjoying your persistency. You win the next time you're in New York. And Goodell said, oh, man, just so happen to be here now. And he was. He was in Pennsylvania and drove through the night to go to that meeting, end up getting the internship. 30 years later, and he'll tell you it wasn't what I wrote in the letters, it's that I kept writing letters.
Right.
And you look at Rob Pelinka and what he's done since, being benched by the Fab Five and building basketball relationships, and now at the GM, he ain't no damn dummy. Now here comes I told you so, Chico. And it's really going to be directed at you. Because you gave me you wasn't trying to co-host and be in no guardrails. You was a Lakers fan that sounded like a Mavericks fan that night. You told me up and down that the Dallas Mavericks are gonna win this trade here, today, next week, next month, and in the future. And I told you.
Hold on, don't put words in my mouth now, dog. You lying like you telling the field now, as my mama would say.
I'm just taking a play out your playbook when you be misquoting me. Chico, I tried to tell you this. Luka was going to play a game before the Lakers, games before AD got that same many game with the Dallas Mavericks. So that's how it's going to be the difference right now.
Well, first of all, you made that up just now after seeing AD get hurt. Second of all, I never said that the Lakers lost this trade long term, because that would just be asinine.
Okay, you did say that part. But I absolutely did say, because you remember you said you were gonna wait a month and look it up. I told you that it's gonna ring your bell now, not clippers on your shoulder, but just gonna ring your bell. I told you that by the All-Star break, that Luka would have more points for the Lakers than AD had for the Mavericks.
I don't remember that part, but I will say this. This is what I stood on.
I'm gonna go clip it and give it to you.
Here's what I stood on. I'm sure you can clip it, but here's what I stood on. If the Mavericks can do what they made this trade for, which is to win a championship this year, next year, or in that third year, while AD, Kyrie, and everybody else is still in their quote unquote prime, then that will be a success for them. That's what they're looking to accomplish, to win right now in this window with those veterans that they have, main one being Kyrie. They felt like the path to that was a quicker path, more sure path with AD and shipping Luka out. I'm saying this, okay? All right. Now, after that stint, no matter what happens with the Lakers now until then, after that stint, it's the Lakers win now, because they got Luka for multiple years and they can now build around him.
You said that?
And yes, now if the Lakers do what they're doing,
you said I was wrong for saying that Luka was going to have the more immediate, deeper impact. Let me tell you what I attached it to. I attached it to because AD ain't going to stay healthy.
Okay. Well, I still think by playoff time, AD will come back. The whole squad will be healthy, and they're going to make a deep run into the playoffs. Now, me being a Laker fan, I would love for the Lakers to continue to improve. We just signed Alex Len, a 7-foot center, who can go along with Big Jackson Hayes, who's been just re-energized since Luka is there. That's 3 ball handlers they have now with Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is channeling his inner Kobe Bryant out that thing, scoring points, 40 points over and 8 rebounds and such the last couple games or whatever he had. So he's balling out. They're coming to their own. I think the chemistry with those three and the rest of the guys doing the dirty work have set the Lakers up to be a scary team making the playoffs this season. Now, overall trade, like I said, yes, the Lakers will win this, but if Dallas can get a championship or two out of this, they have reached the goal that they wanted to reach by trading Luka to the Lakers. That's all I'm saying, Big
Man,
Dog.
you just spent 5 minutes of real time saying Neely was right. I appreciate that. It was a long way of saying it. It was a long way of saying it.
That's what you took from it.
But the bottom line is what you just said. Is like, damn, Neely was right, and he was right before I was right because they ain't finna win nothing this year.
Dukes,
Chico,
what you think, Dukes?
Chico. Oh no, let me talk to Dukes.
I got a chest pass to Dukes, man.
Don't try to y'all look at my
Let
camera
me talk to Dukes
on that automatic set. Let me talk to Dukes. Dukes, because here's something that has happened as it relates to these injuries. We talked about all-star snubs and we couldn't believe Kyrie wasn't in. Now Kyrie is in. And now Trae Young is in too because of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
What do they, and I know that the all-star game ain't what it once was and ain't what it should be. I get that. But in your estimation, particularly when you start with Trae, but don't forget Kyrie, what do they need to do with this all-star opportunity to solidify and promote themselves and where they're headed or trying to do?
I mean, in this new format, you got to cook. I think Kyrie don't really have a whole lot to prove. I think it's politics over it's really political with Kyrie. And I think the way for Trae Young to really get off that snide, so to speak, when it comes to being traditionally an all-star performer and getting back to that all-NBA level would be for him to win more games. Play a winning style of basketball. For Trae Young, I think the biggest knock on him is that he hasn't raised the level of play with the Hawks. And you got to look who he's being compared to. He's being compared to Luka. He was traded for Luka. So when you look at what Luka has done to raise the profile of the Mavericks, and everybody said, well, the Mavericks made moves around them and such and this and all the everything. But on the flip side of that as well, Trae, it seems like eons ago from the time that the Hawks were in the Eastern Conference Championship a couple of years ago, after he went up there and went crazy in New York, then they beat the Sixers, and then, John Collins dunks on Joel Embiid, and at that time, the Hawks looked like the next new team in the Eastern Conference. And from that moment, they have done nothing but spiral. And if it wasn't for the play-in, they wouldn't have been in the playoffs any of these years. So now, when it comes down to what Trae Young needs to do, I don't think he can prove it in the All-Star game. He's got to prove it over the rest of the season. He's got to raise the level of play and make the Hawks a contender where other people want to come play with him. Make the Hawks a destination. See, Luka, right now, if Trae Young goes to the Lakers, nobody is having this debate. Matter of fact, Trae Young for Anthony Davis, a lot of people would say the Hawks won that trade.
Yes.
Right? So it wouldn't be this big old debate. So I think for Trae Young, and as a Hawks fan, I think for Trae Young, he has to raise the level of play of everyone around him, and he's going to have to work harder on it. And I will say this, he has worked harder on the defensive side of the ball. But for Kyrie, man, it's politics, man. When he came out there talking about the earth was flat and, the no vaccine, the quote-unquote anti-Semitism, all of that, that's what really kind of knocked him down to the next tier player, because when did his play really fall off on the court?
It hadn't.
It ain't.
Nah, not Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie if Kyrie is on the court, he is cooking. Uncle Drew never went nowhere. And he has the type of game where it's based more on skill and athleticism that he's going to be cooking folks into his 40s. Period.
Mm-hmm. Just like an old man or Uncle Drew. Same way. Yep. You see him out there on the court still cooking the young guy. Look at Katino Mobley and what he did in the Big Three. Mm-hmm. Still out there cooking with the gray hair.
Chico, let me ask you and Dukes this, but I hear from both of y'all, because I love y'all's knowledge on Trae. I'm looking at Larry Williams in the comments saying Trae is a coach killer. What y'all think about that? Not
Honestly, I don't. I like Trey. Let me say that. I like Trey Young. I don't think the Hawks will be able to do enough, and I don't think they're going in the right direction to be building around Trey Young. I don't think they put the right pieces around him. I don't think they will before he is, playing himself just out like before Father Time catches up to him. I think the best move for Trey Young is to get traded out of there and go somewhere else. Although it's not going to be his team, he needs to go pair up with somebody. Like the best thing would have been for Trey was to be with a guy like LeBron. No, the Lakers wouldn't have won that deal, on paper, but I think it would have been the best move for a guy like Trey. All the pieces they put around him in Atlanta, younger pieces, developing guys, big, taller, longer wings who are kind of like tweeners, 4s and 3s. Paul's Uncle Neely. I
No,
don't think
I'm laughing at the chat, man. Kendall Jones said they killed his hairline. Like the Hawks killed his hairline.
crazy,
No.
man.
Come on,
His
y'all
hairline was
focus,
killed
man.
at Oklahoma, man.
Y'all focus, man.
But I just don't think that Trey is in a good position to win. They would have to make some major moves for the Hawks to be even sniffing the playoffs in the next few years. That's what I think.
I mean, the Hawks gonna go to the playoffs every year. Like with the play in, they go. They gonna be in that top 10. Like every year they going. They gonna go this year. Like I'm not tripping on that.
Well, I'm sorry. To actually win a playoff game, let me say that. They can go, but they're actually win a playoff series, should I say.
Okay, win the series, it's gonna be tough, but this is what I'll say. With Trey Young, the style of basketball he plays, I don't know if you guys noticed, but over the last time, outside of Steph Curry, when's the last championship ball dominant guard you've seen under 6'4"? Like,
another great point.
When Detroit ran that 3-guard offense and they had 3 of them out at the same time.
Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas.
With one, they don't do that no more. Small ball ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work. You gotta have and that guy has to be able to defer to someone else, because the only guy who's been able to break that rule has been Steph Curry. That's it. And he's literally the greatest shooter of all time.
And he had a lot of help around him.
Yeah, like but outside of that, the way he could stretch the floor and at the clip that he was able to shoot, like Trey, and a lot of people wanted to say that Trey Young was the next Steph Curry, and I think that we've seen it. Trey Young is not Steph Curry. Trey Young is Trey Young. And I think Trey Young is a good basketball player. This year, you've seen him take his scoring down, his assists. He's leading the league in assists. But when he has to defer, it's too hard for him to get a bucket in playoff basketball when you absolutely have to have one. And I think that's the difference. Like, he can't lean on nobody. He's either going to have to be fire hot. And I just can't bet the future of my franchise on logo threes. Like,
exactly.
And that's the best of the best with Trey Young. When he's pulling up from the logo, that's his best of the best. It's not consistently hitting it from the wing. It's pulling up from the logo, hitting shots that nobody, basically hitting half-court shots. You can't do that in the NBA. So I think they're another star away. Now, Jalen Johnson, I think, is good. He's developing. He's there. He would be a great 3 on the championship team. Like, look at how deep the Celtics went last year. Pause. They went 1, 2, 3, 4. Derek Williams, with his credit, like, he was the worst player. They had an Olympian as their 4th option. That's how deep that team had to go in order to be the best team in the league. The Hawks there's nobody on the Hawks starting lineup that you take from another team and say, oh yeah, we'll take him and start here.
Exactly.
Nobody. So
whole bunch of C players.
Yeah, they're a long ways away, man.
Let me ask you this, Dukes.
Yeah.
If I said this player A is his 3-point percentage is 29.6%. Would you say player A is a good 3-point shooter or not? No.
Based on the numbers.
Now,
I also know, but it's hard for me to really answer without knowing how many you took.
Okay, let me say this. He averages 26.8 points a game. Is that a good score?
Yeah.
Whereas again, that's a good score. I don't know how many shots he took. Because if you're throwing up 50 shots a game and getting that, hell no, that ain't good.
Exactly. It's called volume shooting. I think that's what Trey Young is, a volume shooter. He's averaging 26.8 points a game. leading the league in assists, averaging 11.4, but he's shooting 29.6% from 3-point range. What does that say to you?
That's a good shooter having a bad year.
A good shooter having a bad year. I think it's more towards what Neely's saying. I think that's a player taking a lot of shots to get to that 30 points a game, basically.
Pull up. I don't think he ever been. This is his first year being under the 30% for Trey Ball.
But let me say this too, Dukes and Chico. It also, and I think you alluded to this, Dukes. It also defines to me where the defense is picking that player up, that unnamed player up at. Like if by the time he gets to the 3-point line, he's actually being guarded, and the only space he has to shoot is between half court and the top of the key, I see why he's shooting at that volume from that space and having that lack of success, which actually is success because he's taking his open shots. And so you see a lot of these guys, man, where Steph Curry is a master of shooting from where the defense ain't even at on the floor yet. And he makes it. He's making his. And a lot of guys, Allen Iverson, small guard. Allen went to the basket though.
Yeah.
He was mid-range and layups. Like he was going to the defense.
Right.
What would AI be if he just started pulling up between half court and the 3-point line?
Now they got to defend him even further out.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, so to me, I had to look like deep in those numbers, but on the surface, I just seen the comment from T Voltage. It's like, man, you're doing too much if that's the guard.
Hey, Chico, where you get that 29%? Where you get that number from? That man a career 35% 3-point shooter, bro.
Yeah, that goes back to what you were saying, though. Maybe it's a bad year from him because 29% is this year. Previous years is 32, 36, 34, 38, 33 and a half. But this year,
I don't think he's 29% this year.
You don't think he's 29% this year? Over the last 8 games?
See, that's
he lost 29% of his follicles, no doubt about that. Because it's going.
Let's go this year.
Yeah, that's just man. Now, so I'm not gonna ever say Trae Young ain't a good shooter based on that. Like you said, it takes context. Now, the context of that stat is that's just his last 8 games.
8 games over the season. He's right on par with what you were saying, 33.6 for the season. So he's still at his average.
Which is still below his career average. He 35, 36 for the career, which you could say for somebody who takes that many threes, they're a pretty decent shooter. That means if you shoot 10, that means 3.5 of them going in. Which basically, if you round it up to 4 out of 10, that ain't that bad. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is,
as long as you ain't just 10 in a row. You know.
So you better believe if he ever go hit 3 now, which means is if he hit 3 in a row, he could just as easily go miss 7 in a row, and that will make his average.
Streaky shooter.
Yep. So you said something about Allen Iverson, and the way they said, and the best team that Allen Iverson ever had, and the furthest they ever went was when they set up the team around him. They gave him shooting. They gave him a defense. They gave him a point guard, a 6'5" point guard who could defend the 2 on the other side of the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't be that. They brought the ball up for him. That created the avenues for Iverson to be the 2. You had a dominant big man center defensively in Dikembe Mutombo, and then you had different pieces around, like even Tyrone Hill. You had rebounders, guys who literally their game was to rebound. That was a team set up for a small ball dominant scoring guard. And and maybe if they didn't run up against that buzzsaw of a Lakers team that year, maybe they could have won it if it was in a different year. But that's just how hard it is to win and how much you have to do when you have and look, as a guy who identifies as a point guard, when I go to LA Fitness, I get it. but guess what? I had to realize, come off the rock and take care of the ball. Period. Yeah. Take care of the ball, come off the rock, and play defense on the other side. That's how you win. Straight up.
I think Trae Young would benefit from not having to create so many shots, but somehow having those open shots. Like we saw Rui Hachimura have this past game with the Lakers, just wide open shots because of the other guys that are on the ball now. I think if he can have some chances where he is just spotting up, catch and shoot instead of everything off the dribble with somebody in his face and just trying to create, I think he'll benefit from that. And also those guys around him, those complementary pieces that just want to do the dirty work, rebound, set screens, will help him a lot. But also that second piece, that 1A scorer, will help him also to take some pressure off of Trae Young. So
the way the Hawks currently constructed, they got 2, 3, and 4. Dyson Daniels at their 2, defensive stopper. He ain't doing a whole lot of scoring. 3 is Zachary Risache. He's the prototypical 3 and defensive guy. He'll never be that 30-point scorer. And then at the 4, you got Jalen Johnson, who's probably your most prolific scorer. That at his ceiling, you would want him to be a 2, and he's not even close to his ceiling yet, and he's injury prone. There's no avenue for the Hawks because that's your nucleus. And Trae Young, there's no avenue for the Hawks to provide that second level of score for Trae Young unless they either one upgrade from one of those positions, which they are pretty much tied to right now, or they go get a dominant 5. And that's like going to find a damn beachfront property in Kansas. It just ain't happening. It's hard to get those.
No, definitely. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm glad I asked that question because I knew you guys were knowledgeable on that. I think damned if you do, damned if you don't. I know the All-Star format doesn't really lend itself to getting jiggy, but people remember the last thing they saw. If I'm Trae Young, I have to have an appetite to be getting up out of Atlanta. And one of the vehicles to getting up out of Atlanta is showing my ass in the All-Star game. So I'm gonna let my teammates know, hey, when I'm out there first to 40, y'all might well get ready to rebound and kick it back to me because I'm letting this thing fly. Like they finna remember Trae Young tonight.
Hey man, what's called
because Chico and Dukes, I really don't think there's anything he could do to hurt his value, right? Like I don't think him being attracted to another team is going to weigh upon him having a bad All-Star appearance, but he could increase the amount of his discussion showing how well he plays with better talent.
I can go for that. Yeah. Look, T. Vulture said him and Flag will mesh well. Yeah. So in the one draft where you got the best talented draft in years, guess what? We traded our pick away 3 years ago to go get DeJounte Murray, and we done traded him out of town already, just hawking it up. That's it. Yep. Hawk tour. That's it. That's all.
Hawk tour that thing.
Yeah. We falcon it up. We done hawk tour it up. We done carried it up, and we always Chico it up.
Man, hey Chico, hit those super chats before we slide.
Hit these blood clot super chats that came true. Thank you guys for hitting us with the super chats. If you have something that y'all want to hit us with right now, here's your chance to get them super chats and those super stickers. Also, without even a comment, just send in the super sticker. Big Will for the $49.99.
Big Will, appreciate that.
Big Will.
I just see Will, guys. I just see Will. Shout out to Will.
All right, Chico. I've been on your side the whole time, dog. see, Chico. See, okay, cuzzo. See, I've been riding with you the whole time.
Yeah, hey,
all right. Say no more. Okay. I'm one of them friends you want on your side.
Yeah, hey man.
I want them tag
team against on sometime.
Cousin Dukes. Cousin Dukes with me on straight. Okay.
All right, there's one for Mama Tia. Y'all want to read that one? Chico getting them knees gutted out.
Tia with the $10 super chat.
I can't read that for myself.
I'm getting them knees gutted out. Just letting you know. You asked about her health stuff. She said, all seriousness, complete knee surgeries on both. Oh, at the same time, Mama Tia. Oh my God. Hey, Dukes have prayer line open. This guy is special. Thank you for introducing us to Dukes. Hey, it is all good in the hood, Mama Tia. God bless you on both them knees, man. Pause. Both them knees.
I would have took that as she was saying Chico getting them knees gutted out. I'm thinking that she talked about me and you guys are. I thought it was like a reference to you guys kind of like busting me or joking. See, I'm reading it like that. But
Dukes, I'm gonna talk to Dukes, not Chico.
Watch this, y'all.
Room, and I'm talking to him, but I'm looking at you, Dukes. So I hope he's listening.
Right.
It's one thing to be able to read.
It did comprehend, right?
ABC, no words. It's a whole nother thing to be able to comprehend. Like what we got to get him to. We've gotten him to reading, like he know where.
Wait, let me pause. Let me mute Uncle Neely right quick, man, because he getting
It's like
is
even
fundamental.
Maya in the chat said reading comprehension is vital. Like I'm telling y'all, I'm not making this up.
But it said,
but he can't
look,
comprehend
even Mama,
what he read.
even Mama Tia said that she has the some of her.
Oh, now it's her fault.
Typing. But I'm just saying, like I'll be reading it for literal, but it's all good, man. Anyways,
Chico, no. You're not finna sit up here and put this on Mama Tia. No kind of way, shape, or form. Damn that, Chico.
Now, I'm just saying what I would have thought. I would have thought. And so what I was trying to say was this.
No,
I have
stop it.
Mama Tia. No. This serious. It's serious, Dukes. It's serious, Dukes.
Nah,
it's
man.
serious.
No,
I got a friend also that's
I'm
getting both knees.
You had to mute me. No, stop it, Chico.
Yeah, why you ever mute his ass? Like,
hold on, God dog it. I got a friend. This series, I got a friend also that just left Hawaii and went to Florida to get knee surgery on both knees also. So special
that's
prayers and recovery to both of you guys.
Yeah, like normally knees and shoulders, man, they recommend getting one at a time so you can rehab and still be able to do stuff. Both knees is gonna be praying for you, Mama Tia.
Yes. Goodness gracious.
You got a T Voltage super chat too, came through.
T Voltage just stepped up with the super chat and the super sticker for the $20.
What up, T Vote? What up, T Vote?
T-Go try to get on me talking about some. I don't see no. All I see is Will. There ain't no big Will.
Like, I just said Will.
Boy, I can't wait, boy. I can't wait. See, I ain't got. Yeah, okay. That's my sister right there. What's up, Jenny?
Regina Dukes.
We gotta have Gina on the show one day. Get some Dukes childhood stories.
Oh man, yeah. I told her one other day when she choked me out, tried to teach me how to do fractions. Yeah, the choke slam. Yeah, she crazy.
That's your older sister, your younger sister.
She the oldest. But you see them eyes, her eyes like my mama. Anytime you see a woman with eyes buck like that, they crazy. Do not mess with them. Regina Dukes, love you to death.
Oh, now you better listen to Dukes. Let me tell y'all, there's two things to look out for. I'm telling you, my mama got both of them. Them eyes like that, and that second toe a little longer than that first toe.
Man, I heard about that one.
If that second toe go past that big toe just by a little bit, you better
heard about that one.
I heard
about that
Come on now, dog.
Hey, look, y'all.
Hold up, T Voltage. You just gave a super chat. That wasn't enough to try to get at the man's sister. Now, hold on.
Hey, go ahead. Go at your own risk.
Go at your own risk.
We're gonna play matchmaker.
Yeah, hey, look, I don't even be tripping. Hey, look, I don't even be tripping. Go ahead. Go ahead, T Voltage. I know
that's how I am with my sister, man. I used to tell people all the time, go ahead, take your shot with my sister. Go ahead.
Yeah. I know what that would do. Let me show y'all something.
Right.
Now I was 10 years old, bro. Watch this. Man, look, you see that light switch? I was a short little thing, man. That's what she had. That's what she had my ears. She had picked me up by the throat like this. Said, hey man, if you don't get this next answer right, you ain't coming down here again. Boy, I'm talking about crying and everything.
Did you get it right?
Man, what? What am I being? Ain't had no problem, boy.
So now what we need to do is the next time Chico can't comprehend what he read, we need to choke his ass up against the light switch.
Dukes,
were your feet dangling like this while she had you there?
Man, yeah, absolutely, man. I'm down for real. That mother crazy. Today, I love her to death. That's my dog. I'm telling you, we like this.
Off top.
For real. But man, I don't play with her.
Shout out to my sister, my younger sister also.
Tread lightly. And she shoots.
Exactly. When people used to try to holler at my sister, I say, go ahead, because I've never taken a left hook like I've taken from my sister before, dog. Right in the hallway. Lord, yeah. I didn't mess with her since then, and I didn't care who messed with her since then because I knew what time it was. She had a mean left hook.
Man, shout out to y'all with sisters, man. I'm the youngest of 3 boys. I didn't have sisters, but I do have a gang of female first cousins. Ooh. They do my girl fight for me. I'm gonna put my girl cousin on you now. Like you trip, you want to. They come. Come. I call them Miss Bottle Action. They came out of Memphis. They know how to break a bottle on the sidewalk. They put it right up against your throat.
Yeah, don't play.
Unbelievable how what you just said brought up a story from 6th grade for me, but I would not share that story.
Hell no.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys,
it's 119. The flow is yours. Take us out.
Come on, talk about Chico.
More time for Chico. Take us out of here, Chico.
I can't tell this one, big dog. I can't tell this one.
Oh, use a damn lie. You finna
I
tell me. We
Come on,
gonna sit,
Chico.
we gonna sit here all damn night then.
I can't tell this. Oh man, y'all go. I got a lot of stories, dog, but I'll tell you this one. This right here is another one that goes back to what Duke said. Did they punk me, or did I do the right thing? Dun, dun, dun. Stories from the cell, from the SEL.
Oh, okay. I'd like to say though.
6th grade, I have a friend named Curtis Ellison would probably still get on me about this story, right?
Stop using people's real names on here, man.
That's his real name. It's all good. I'm sure he don't mind. 6th grade, I had to go to put it in all the context. They put all of the elementary school 6th graders in one school from across the city. So y'all can imagine this now. One school had all of the 6th graders in the city, east side, west side, whatever. So you already know it's some tension in the school all the time. Me, I don't know about this certain tension between this side and the other side. I'm just a, short little, chubby little fat basketball 2-guard trying to walk home from school to the projects, which is about a good 2.5 blocks, right? Walking with all my girl cousins, about 3 or 4 of them. I'm just walking, minding my business. I got a purple knapsack that got my sports stuff in it. I'm walking, and it's a bunch of commotion going on, but I'm oblivious to this. I have no, I don't know what's going on. I'm just walking, trying to get to the project. All of a sudden, I hear, here they come, here they come. Now, to save the guilty, I'm going to say they call them the Black Shadows. It was another name for them, but I'm going to say they called them the Black Shadows. If I said the name, everybody would know. They called them the Black Shadows because it was a whole bunch of them. And it just reminded me of the foot soldiers on the Ninja Turtles. Remember that? Remember the foot soldiers, how they used to come? And they would come a lot.
They work
and
for,
they all look alike.
Work for Shredder.
They work for Shredder. They work for Shredder. Here come the foot soldiers. I swear I didn't see one, but all of a sudden I felt one. Or I heard them say, the purple bag, get the purple bag. So I'm like, damn, by the time I looked down and said, I got a purple bag. I felt the hit, wham, on the side of my face from behind. I said, oh, who was that? I'm thinking it was my cousin for some reason because they were standing right behind me. I'm like, what the hell? So my cousin's looking with this look on their face, but they had one of those majorette batons, right, from the band. So I grabbed the baton from them, and I was like, damn, who the hell hit me? All of a sudden, it was like the move. All I see is these foot soldiers forming. They coming out of nowhere. My girl cousins, instead of fighting with me, they said, run, Chico, run. Run, Chico, run. I got the baton in my hand, though, right?
Like a damn drum major.
Like a drum major, right? I should have did the J5 on them, but instead, I started swinging the baton, dodging. This one started dodging, but here come about 5, 6 more, 4 or 5. They looked like 100. What y'all think I did after that? I hauled ass to the projects. I said, y'all gonna catch me. You're gonna catch me in the projects on my ground. So I dipped out. All you saw were elbows and assholes. Dip out, get to the project.
What now?
You saw what?
And elbows in the bottom of my feet.
Oh, okay. So you said,
no, that's all you said. What'd you say the first time?
That's what they used to say back in the day. All you see is elbows and assholes because I'm running.
Why would you see one of them when you're running?
That's all you say. I go to this first house. I get to
what school? Like, why would you see one of those while you're running?
Because that's all you can see from behind is my elbows running.
Why would your pants be down?
Anyways, pause. I'm running. I get to the first house of the projects. I knock on the door. Lady said, no. Lady said, no, baby, I can't let you in. I said, don't you see these motherfuckers running behind me? She said, no, baby, I can't let you in.
Chico, when you got to the lady's house, did you pull your pants up?
My pants are already up, Duke. My pants are already up, Dukes.
You said it.
So wait, as much as I'm with you, Dukes, on this asshole thing, when you made it to the projects, you didn't run to your apartment. You just knocked on the first door you got to.
My apartment was way on the other side of the project.
I get that. I get that.
So my goal was just to get to the projects, knowing that they're not going to come to the project.
And in the projects that they followed you into, you really thought somebody was going to be friendly neighborhood watch program and let you in with people chasing you?
Bro, I'm in the 6th grade, bro. I'm in the 6th grade. I
You
don't know
also in
what's
the
going
project.
on. I'm in a new school. All I'm trying to do is get to home base, which is the projects, which I know that y'all not going to beat me up in the projects. One, because I can't let y'all beat me up in the projects. I won't be able to go back to the projects.
So why you ain't just running your house?
My house is on the other side of the project. I'm gonna get to that story though. Hold on. So I ran to the.
You got jumped by the varsity cheerleaders.
Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all would have ran to. Y'all would have saw these foot soldiers coming out of nowhere. But long story short, I get to the projects. I knock on this lady's door, but without even turning around. She said, "No, baby, I can't let you in." So at this point, I'm like, "Damn, they finna jump me on this lady porch," So I turn around and I see them do exactly what I thought. They stopped at like the edge of the projects. So your boy started banging on them, cuz.
No, you start step claiming in, huh?
Bitch, I won't come over here. Bitch, I won't come over here.
But did you ever stop to think that you got to go back to school?
Hey, no. So here's the story, right? Get back to school. Come to find out, all of these, they tried to jump on the wrong person. It wasn't even me that was out there. So one kid had a problem with another kid. He done went back and told his whole family. He done brought his high school brothers over there, the brothers that's not in school, the all of them. They came over there. So that was a story. They were like, "Chico, we sorry, dog. We thought you were huh?
Did that guy have a purple bag?
I don't know what the hell made them think that I was the guy.
And when you ran back and stopped this lady house, your female cousin said, "Run, Chico." Where'd they run to?
No, I was so mad at them. I was like, y'all told me to run, and y'all just stood there around them.
Are you mad because they ran a different direction?
No, I'm mad because I really wanted to hit one of them with the baton. That's what I really wanted to do, honestly, to show them I wasn't playing. But once I saw about 15 of them, I dipped out. I don't care what y'all could judge me on that if y'all want to. I don't care. Let Chico cook. I appreciate it.
That's the project's force shield. That they had a force shield around.
They had a force field around the projects. And anybody know you're not gonna come in the projects and beat up nobody from the projects without getting your ass kicked. I'm sorry. That's how it was mine. So shout out to GWC Projects.
I like Maya profile picture sitting there with a laptop blowing bubbles. I got this to say. We're coming up on 90 minutes of the morning run. It's been a great show with the pregame network, Deuce the Scoop, and biggDogg Chico. Always got any story time with biggDogg Chico. It's gonna come out natural. Appreciate everybody in the chat. But Chico, let me tell you this now.
Chico got you.
On the morning run that you're gonna get elbows and assholes in the same sentence. We ain't even let you forget that one.
Over with.
Because the chatter, that ain't no truth.
See how y'all trying to say I blame Mama Tia. I didn't blame Mama Tia. I was just saying what she said was the way that she typed. It might be. And so what I said was I was reading it like this.
No, you did blame her.
Come on, bro.
Man.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
No, Chico,
so who do y'all blame? The foot soldiers, me, or my cousins?
Bro, hey, I missed this part. Tell me about the major rep baton again.
The major rep baton, my cousins was holding one of those.
Why it was there.
Oh, okay.
My girl cousins who, they practice with the stuff, they were holding one. If anybody remember, those things were the metal things with the grips on the end.
Yeah, no, my sister was a major rep.
Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about then. Those batons. Yeah, so I grabbed that bit. Man, give me the baton, man. I'm finna baseball one of these heads. But hey, this is your fault.
Do that Jackson State move again.
With that lean back.
Nah, do the first
one. Yeah, I caught that too. Or Deuce.
Shout out to Shiloh Sanders in the J5, dog.
The worst shit ever.
Being a major rep or being a what you call them, the head drum major was something that would never be in my future or my past.
Well, crazy.
Yes, indeed. But we appreciate everybody joining us, man. For Uncle Neely and the J Hat, shout out to the J Hat for making an iconic emergence back when Coach Prime was the coach. It was a J Hat Twitter and everything, wasn't it, Uncle Neely?
Oh, it sure was an account. Yeah, the hat. Yeah. When you see the hat, yeah, it sure was. I forgot. That's a good memory, Chico.
And somebody's asking,
remember what you just read as far as comprehension goes.
I just read somebody asked you, where'd you get that shirt from, or did you make it?
Oh no, this from Travis' website. So I got this. Just Google Travis Hunter merchandise and go to the official site though. Don't bootleg that man.
off the top. Try to make their own Travis shirts.
Yeah.
Spelling Travis wrong and stuff.
Yeah, Travis Hinter. Don't get no Travis Hinter shirt.
Witty Hood.
Yeah, Witty Hood. World tour. Keisha, love, you have a great day too. Appreciate you always checking in. J Rad, Yvette Porter, Big Papa Funk. Man, we got a lot of regulars in the house. Of course, Mama Tia, man, much love. Peter Supernatural, Renee Rainey. I think I had a text from you, Renee, but I couldn't get to it. I'm gonna get to it in the show in.
Oh, no.
We appreciate y'all in the love, man. Oh, and Ed Rob with the O down.
Put an 09 in the chat before we get up out of here. Philip Dukes, let them know where they can find you at and continue to subscribe to your channel.
At Dukes D Scoop, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. At Dukes D Scoop. Got a real good video out I put out on Colorado. Make sure you hit the notification button for sure.
Already. Y'all can find me on Facebook where y'all can get all of the insights on the sports and updates and things of that nature. biggDogg Chico Sports Talk on there. I just posted this, which I really wanted to get their thoughts on real quick, like, or earlier in the show. But, you know, if they all want to talk about it right now, we can. But I'm going to put it up here anyway. The Chiefs, next season, their salary cap, 63% of their cap space is just on 5 players. Mahomes, Jones, Taylor, Thuney. I think he was the guy who got beat at the left tackle spot, and Kelsey. What can the Chiefs do to improve next season?
Let's save it for Friday morning. That's a discussion.
Yeah, we'll do that on the next show. Y'all let us know what y'all think right now in the chat. Until next time, this has been another edition of the one and only The Morning Run.